welcome back to my channel. This is Chris Alan ng Proudly Bromley. This is my vlog and lifestyle channel. So, this is totally different with my other channel, yung The Alan's Quiz Show. This time, but even though it's a vlog and lifestyle channel, I'm also doing some reaction video on certain Malaysian videos because I'm here in Malaysia. So, I want to show my appreciation with anything about Malaysia. So today I'll be doing a reaction video on 5 food that 5 popular food in Malaysia that that everyone needs to try it, especially for foreign people like me, especially for those first timer in Malaysia. So these are the 5 food that you should try first. So with no further ado, let's watch the video and later I'll be giving my reaction and opinion on the 5 Malaysian dishes you gotta try. So this is a video from TRT World. So I hope they will allow me to use this video. So go!
When you think of Malaysia, this probably comes to mind. But there's also this. Here's a virtual taste of some of Malaysia's most scrumptious foods, in the words of popular chefs Anis Nabila and Norman Musa.
Thank you so much for joining us in showing the world how absolutely delicious Malaysian food is. And of course, you're a famous chef. I really want to hear what you would say are the best 5 dishes that Malaysian cuisine has to offer.
If you ask any Malaysians, I think the answers would be similar, but not exactly the same, because we've got so many different types of cuisine here in Malaysia. First would be Nasi Lemak. Nasi Lemak is actually our national dish. So it's basically rice cooked with coconut milk. But Nasi Lemak also is normally served with different types of condiments.
That is a must. We normally have it for breakfast. And that sounds a bit heavy. You don't have to try like a big portion. Small portions is enough.
Which brings me to our second Malaysian favorite dish, which is Rendang.
Rendang, I know it's a bit like people like talking about where is it coming from originally.
Rendang originates from Indonesia, but the Malaysian version of Rendang is quite different. Ours tends to be a little bit more saucy, so it has quite a bit of a gravy, we call it. A lot more spices, slightly different than the Indonesian ones.
We normally cook it during the festive season.
Number 3 would be Laksa. So Laksa is actually our national sweet. We've got so many different types of laksa here in Malaysia.
Laksa. Now there are more than 40 different types of laksa. You have to try the laksa.
Number 4, it would be this dish that I can safely say it's nowhere else in the world. It's called masak tempoyak. It's actually fermented durian. Durian, very interesting, is known as the king of fruit. Is a funky smelling fruit with spikes on the shell, on the outer shell. But it's really creamy and really sweet. So this masak tempoyak, it's you can cook prawns, you can add prawns into it, or fish, and with other spices like chilies and garlic, and just the tempoyak. Sometimes you add a little bit of coconut milk, sometimes you don't. So this is it tastes really interesting. You can't find anything like it anywhere else.
And the 5th one is the Roti Chennai. Now Roti Chennai is it's a must for you to have it for breakfast, and some people have it for the late supper as well. So these 5 dishes, if you go to Malaysia, then you have to try that.
What makes Malaysian food stand out? Like, what makes it so different from all the other cuisines, perhaps in neighbouring countries?
I've noticed that there's a lot of confusion about this Malaysian cuisine.
I think Malaysian food is just completely different compared to any other food or cuisines in the world. We've got ingredients that you can't ever find it anywhere else in the world. But what makes it so different and so unique is because, for instance, like curry doesn't originate from Malaysia, but we have our version of curry because when it came here, we had to, when we recreate the curry, our curry, we had to use our spices, our different spices and such, so it became different.
So that's what makes Malaysia food like it's kind of a melting pot. So we have a bit of Malay like me, and then we have Chinese, completely different from the Chinese mainland, and then we have the Indian influence as well. And then in between Malay and Chinese, we have like a cross marriage between these two cultures, and then between Malay and Indian, there's another ethnic cross marriage.
And I think that's the thing that makes it so unique and so, amazing. I think instead of fighting over what's, whose food belongs to, whose national dish it is, or it's meant to be, we should, celebrate our what we share in common.
Go and visit my country. So you can try by mentioning my name to get free food, but you can try, but I can't guarantee you can get that. Once you've been to Malaysia, you're going to be so inspired.
If you want to see more videos from TRT World, just visit the YouTube channel of TRT World. There's a lot of video about Malaysia. So, like I said earlier, this one is for non-Malaysians, for tourists, for foreign workers who haven't tried Malaysian food. These are the 5 food that you should try, and I can say you won't be sorry about eating it, because they are definitely delicious. Only thing is that if you are not into spicy food, then you would have a hard time to appreciate the food. Just like me, when I arrived here in Malaysia, it took me a while to appreciate the Malaysian food, especially the Malay food, because it's too spicy. Same thing with Indian Muslim, Pakistan food. They are also very spicy. So let's talk about the 5 food they mentioned that they should try. The first is Nasi Lemak, and I can say this one is my favorite because, well, it is not spicy at all, even though it has a sambal, which is spicy. So you can put it aside, and you can eat the rest in the plate. But actually, before I don't eat the sambal, but later on I've been eating the sambal because I realized that there are some sambals that are not so spicy. Actually, they are sweet and spicy. This sambal is sweet and spicy. So Nasi Lemak helped me to appreciate Malaysian food because when I arrived here in Malaysia, the first time I ate is this one. It's this something kinda curry, which it tastes good, but it's so spicy. And from that time, I ate that food. I had already in my mind that I won't try any Malaysian food or Malay food because it's so spicy. But when I learned that there are other food that were not spicy, like Nasi Lemak, I started loving it, and then started going back to spicy food and starting to how you call it, to loving or embracing those kind of food. So let's go back to Nasi Lemak. So Nasi Lemak, I can eat Nasi Lemak either breakfast, lunch, or even dinner. But now I seldom eat Nasi Lemak during dinner because I'm on diet. But normally I eat Nasi Lemak during breakfast or lunch, especially if I'm at home. So I try eating Nasi Lemak at home. But if I'm in my work or in my office, normally I don't eat Nasi Lemak because I need some strength. Normal or the biasa or regular Nasi Lemak, it is only the rice. Then there's some toppings there, including sambal, ikan bisil goreng, something like that, and nuts, small nuts, and sliced vegetables. So that is the biasa, the normal. But if you want some condiments on that, so you can put any condiments. So for me, my favorite is Nasi Lemak with ayam goreng, because here in Malaysia, they love to give huge sizes of chicken, and this size of ayam goreng. So for those who doesn't know what is ayam goreng, it's fried chicken. So I am going then even the rice is small. You already feel full with nasi lemak. And aside from the size of the chicken, I also like the taste of the rice. At first, I thought nasi lemak was made of pandan, but now I realize it was also made with coconut. I am also surprised with the nuts because normally in the Philippines we don't eat nuts with the rice. Honestly, we don't eat rice with the nuts. So nuts normally is uh, mixed with sugar, is fried as a fried nuts, but never as a part of a rice. So that was a big surprise for me. But I enjoyed eating that with the rice. So nasi lemak is one of the best food. And then let's talk about masak tempoyak. So masak tempoyak honestly with the 5 food feature. This is the one that I don't really know, but it looks familiar for me. But I don't remember the. I have tried it. I mean, because they said it is made up of durian. So I haven't tried any food that has a durian. Looking at it, it looks delicious because I love eating beef, chicken, pork. Well, pork it's not part anymore because it's not good for my health. So kambing, then fish. So those 4 meats, I love eating those. So and if ever I will find one channel and I will try to do a food blog on that masak tipoya. Then the third food taste roti is roti canai. Roti canai, wow. I have a story about that roti canai because when the first time I ate a roti canai, I remember I went to a Malay food stall and I bought some food there. Then it's nasi puti with some condiments. So then I was on my way going back to my hostel. I saw that this Indian woman selling roti canai, and honestly, I was amazed on the look of the roti canai. Anyone who would see that roti canai would get interested of buying it or trying to eat it because they look so delicious. Honestly, that is what I thought at first. So it was delicious. So I bought I think 3 pieces. Then I went back to my hostel, and when I arrived in the hostel, so I prepare all the foods, and that curry sauce that I saw in my plastic bag. I thought it was a free sauce from the Malay food store. So I mix it to my nasi puti. Then I ate the nasi puti with that sauce, with that curry sauce. Then after that, I went to the roti canai and I start eating it. And at first, my impression with that roti canai, I said, no, it's not delicious. I don't like it because it has no taste. Not totally no taste, but a typical bread. Normally, a bit salty, something like that. It took me a long while to try eating another roti canai. So I tried it in my company and I saw it and I realized that the curry sauce that I have before when I first bought a roti canai, it was really part of the roti canai. So when I bought that roti canai in my company with that curry sauce, I realized it was really good because when I dip it, when I dip the roti canai with into the curry sauce, it tastes very good and I fell in love with the taste. I fell in love with the taste, even though at first it was kind of weird because I never tried dipping a bread in a sauce, as in a dish sauce. Normally, I dip my bread in hot coffee or hot chocolate or with some filling, but never in a sauce. So, but it complements the taste of the sauce and the bread. It complements, and that's why it became so delicious. And normally I ate that every snacks or tea break because it is very delicious. Then let's talk about the fourth one, laksa. Among the four or five, because the one I haven't tried, masak tempoya, I can say laksa is my less favorite. But I don't consider it's a bad dish. For me, I don't consider it a bad dish, but it wasn't a food that I want because, you know, I love eating noodles. Honestly, I love eating noodles. That's why I tried eating laksa. The only issue with that is that, well, aside from the spiciness, always the spiciness, is the sauce. Because laksa is a sour type, uh, spicy type soup, noodle soup. So I can compare it to a Filipino dish which is a bit similar. We call it dinengdeng, like that, dinengdeng. So Filipinos, Ilocanos from the Philippines can relate with that dinengdeng. So if you eat a dinengdeng, it tastes like laksa. So that's why it's kind of awkward. Maybe if I keep on eating laksa, probably I will starting to like it and embrace it. And actually, I can eat once in a while, but I cannot eat it as often as Nasi Lemak, Roti Chennai. Actually, I have done a video here in my channel, my first time eating, so alongside with durian, so laksa is one. And you can see there that I was not that very impressed. Then lastly, the rendang. Rendang, wow. Another favorite food that I tried. But with the issue that I have a problem with that is the spiciness. Actually, the first time I tried eating at rendang is in an Indonesian food store, and like they said in earlier in the video, Indonesian rendang is a bit less saucy, less gravy, and not totally dry, but I can relate on what one of the chefs has said. So, and I love the meat because it's very tender. It's very soft when you eat that. So you have no problem eating those meats, especially the beef rendang. I love beef rendang. So rendang, I can eat rendang in my lunch or dinner, but not as often also because not because I don't like the food, but because of the spiciness. Because the last time that I tried rendang, even in my first time that I tried rendang, you know what happened to me? I was fully sweating, as in my whole body is sweating because of rendang. Because the spiciness is too much. Actually, I think 1/4 of the rendang that I bought, when I ate that, it's already very hot. It's already very spicy. So when I tried to finish the whole rendang that I bought, I was really, my mouth is almost dry, almost as in fire, and my body is already sweating. That's why, oh my god, I won't try this. I won't try eating as much as possible. If I rank those five, except for the masak tempoyak, Nasi Lemak is my favorite. Then rendang, roti canai, and laksa. But I can recommend all the four, except for the masak because I haven't tried it. I can recommend all these four food to all the people who want to visit Malaysia, or they are here in Malaysia but they haven't tried eating Malaysian food. Then try this food because definitely they are good food. You know, Malaysian food is similar to Philippine food in terms of on diversity because Philippine food is also very diverse. Most of our food is a mix of Spanish, Chinese, Indian, then Filipino, or should I say, yeah, Filipino, and there are also a part of American and Japanese influence on ingredients and how it was good. Malaysian food is not similar to Filipino, especially the Malay food. Honestly, I've seen a lot of Malaysian food, but I cannot compare it to the Filipino foods. But with Indian and Chinese, there are some Indian and Chinese food that are similar to Philippines, but They have different taste, different way of cooking, different ingredients. So totally the Malay food is really a different food. So yeah, there you go. So I hope you like my video and this. And again, thank you very much for all the people who have been watching my videos. I'm happy that you appreciate my videos about, especially my reaction videos about Malaysia, anything about Malaysia. So thank you very much from my heart, from the bottom of my heart. I want to say thank you very much. Terima kasih. I hope I say it right. Terima kasih. Yeah. Terima kasih for watching my videos. So thank you very much. So before I end these things, please don't forget these 4 things while watching my videos. Comment, like, share, and subscribe to my channel. Proudly Bromdy, and please visit my real reaction video channel, Talents Show, and also visit my other channel, my latest channel, like Alan Borja. It's also a reaction video, but older videos that came from my old channel, excuse me. So there you go. Thank you very much again. Bye bye. Have a nice day.